Well, hello, a raft of wandering otters, and this is Steve Solo. Not Han Solo, Steve Solo, but I'm Solo. The adjective, not the proper name, which we've learned now is a fake proper name. I'm talking too much, aren't I? I'm a little excited. We are right now shopping for. We're in the market for a diesel motorhome, typically a diesel pusher. It doesn't have to be a diesel pusher, but there are diesel pullers. But we're shopping for a new Ottermobile, and it's kind of exciting. Right now, I'm on my way to see a year 2000 Safari Serengeti. It is a diesel pusher. It checks off some of the boxes. One of the things that we want to have is if we are taking long trips, especially cross country, we can have sort of immediate and urgent laundry needs. And because of that, a washer and dryer is kind of a must. If we have big loads to do, of course, we can always go to a laundromat, but it would be a nice plus. And also based upon what I've heard from other RVers, it really is nice to have a washer and dryer in a unit. So, that being said, that's kind of at the top of our checklist, is having a washer dryer or having washer dryer hookup. Okay, and this is among the models that we've been looking at. But the happy coincidence is that it's right here in the Monterey Bay area, so I don't really have to drive far. That's nice. Makes it very nice, actually. And hopefully I like what I see, and if I do, we'll kind of keep it on a checklist. We're not in a big hurry, obviously. There's not a lot of places you could drive to now anyway. That being said, would also be a nice period of time that if you did have one and it had things that needed to get fixed or whatever, you could start getting those things fixed. So anyway, I'm very excited. Come along, come see what I see. Raft of wandering otters, looking for an Ottermobile. Yeah, get it? Ottermobile. Okay. Well, by the way, I gotta say, this is some of the heaviest traffics, especially on the first weekday of a week. I don't know if some of these people are returning from a Memorial Day weekend outing of some kind, but it's really interesting to see quite so many cars on the road here, especially at 1 in the afternoon. So this is not every day, for, we'll call it these days, these strange days. This is not everyday traffic. I guess now would be as good a time as any to talk about my philosophy about why we're looking for an older coach. We really can't afford much of an older coach, so a newer coach, so that's one thing. But the really big thing that bothers me is depreciation. Same with cars, motorhomes, and unlike cars, motorhomes cost like a home, where you actually buy real estate, and homes on real estate generally appreciate. They do not, motorhomes as a rule do not appreciate, and it's some pretty insane curves. If you look at a graph of the depreciation rate, people who buy new RVs pay thousands upon thousands in depreciation. It's sort of a hidden cost, and it doesn't really bite you until you go to sell it again. But anyway, that's one big reason. So a diesel, and why diesel? Power, because diesels have more power and can tow our car more easily, navigate hills and mountains more easily. So there's power, but also diesels, I mean, they pretty much, as a rule, not always, and yes, they can cost a lot to maintain, but they're what they call million-mile engines. I mean, it's hard for a diesel to die completely unless it's been abused and not maintained. So that's the story. That's why we're looking for an older diesel, is that we want reliability. We're not as concerned about cosmetics, but also a third thing, and this dovetails to the depreciation. For example, the coach that we're looking at today, new, sold for around $200,000, and that was in the year 2000. Well, now it's listed at $26,000. So you can do the math, but it's about a 20-year curve, or 20-year data curve, and over that 20 years, it has lost $180,000. So that's when I talk about depreciation. And so we want to aim for the higher end coaches like Safari, Beaver, Monaco, Newmar. What's the other ones? Country Coach. We want to aim for those higher end coaches because they all end up depreciating down to about the same point, give or take. And so you can get more coach for your buck in an older high-end coach. All right, this is the 2000 Safari Serengeti, of which I spoke. Got a little bit of the protective film. I don't think that's clear coat. I think that's protective film coming off, which is pretty common in an older coach. A few little dings and dents here. There is a little chip in the windshield here, the passenger windshield, on a crack in the glass in the windshield. I don't see any others. Big boy, 40-footer. It's got the aluminum wheel covers, not aluminum wheels. Serengeti. Got the protective cover for the awning. And then I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so it's a velvet ride suspension system. Safari. And then there are the steps. Yeah, a little bit of wear and tear on the paint, but I don't see any major red flags. I mean, there's a little bit of gap there. Could be caulked, I guess. And I think that's a fiberglass roof cap. And I guess it joins together with aluminum there. By the way, I think these Safaris used aircraft aluminum. And here's the kitty cat. Here's the famous motorcycle rack, for which I wouldn't really have a use that I can think of. There's down the side. I don't see any signs of delamination, but okay, the fiberglass cap, and then, like I say, I think these are aluminum, if I'm not wrong. That cat actually has a name, and there was a story behind it. The owner here put the story on the listing, but apparently this cat, the first owner, wanted his own house cat to be on the back. Safaris are famous for having one-of-a-kind murals on the back of each individual safari. And the original owner of this wanted his house cat to be painted on there. I think it's just a hoot. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to see that changed. I just love it. Yeah, I don't see any major signs of leaking or anything else. It, in general, looks in good shape. Could use a bath, but then who couldn't, right? I could use a bath. All right. Well, the owner should be here in just a minute, and hopefully I can open up the hood, look at the engine, and kick the tires, so to speak.
Yeah, you don't have the front one where they have the automatic sliders that have to come out. Sometimes they have issues on these.
Yeah, well, it's something else to break, right?
Exactly, it's something else.
Yeah. All right.
So I got it about a year and a half ago from the original owner, who was her family friend. Her husband had passed away, and it sat for about 2 or 3 years. First time ago, started up drive it, but it didn't use, so that's why I went through every single thing on it.
It's quite an investment just to drive these things. 100-gallon tank, gas tank?
100 gallons of diesel, 50 gallons of propane.
Oh, that's not bad. That's good.
50 gallon fresh water, 50 gallon of gray, 50 gallon of water.
The Safari was famous for its cabinetry. That's why Monaco wanted them.
Wood-wise is good on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I went through and adjusted every cabinet door on it because you know they all like sagged a little bit or just kind of moved over the years. So basically, all of them are fine. I mean, that one you have to, you close them together. You can't close them separately.
Oh yeah, but that's probably like a little.
A 32nd of an inch at kill.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But it's nice because it locks it together.
Right. Yeah, and that little hitch. A lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only one drawer that comes out while you're driving, and it's one inside the room.
Yeah.
That I haven't done anything with. So convection oven, 2 burners, double sink. There's no garbage disposal on that. Just the regular sink and drain.
I haven't seen one with one.
I'm
sure there are. Yeah, yeah. I love the monkeys here.
Type stuff. The washer and dryer down beneath that one.
Yeah, that's a big
It
stuff.
works fine.
This is a Splendid. Yep.
Bind or plastic like toolbox of everything with it. So they kept everything that was original.
Oh wow.
And it has the automatic retract system on it, so it has a little windmill on top, so if it hits like 15 miles an hour.
I've heard from... All right, so what did you think? Say something in the comments if you have a comment. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Raft of Wanting Otters. We'll see you in the next one. Ottermobile.